Alright, so this video has been put off for long enough. So a lot of bullshit has been happening, once again, and I'm here to put my dick on the table and fuck the bullshit. So, this video is about savage kittens. Yeah, I haven't done a video like this in a while, thank God, but sadly I have to do another video like this. So I'm going to be separating this into parts. And if Blue or Lilac Cat, well, whatever her name is, she's always changing her name, but I personally call her Blue. If she makes a statement, I will put this in the video. So why am I talking about this seemingly generic gotcha tuber? The whole shabil, fucking trends and all. So, I'm talking about her because she has been what you call a gaslighter. Somebody who gaslights basically takes issues and, well, reverses them, tries to make the person question if they've actually experienced this and if the things that they are saying are real or not, their memories, their knowledge of basic human understanding. So the screenshots I am about to show are fairly recent. So what happened was Blue and the kitten were on and off in a relationship multiple times. This is an example of her gaslighting, the most recent example, because basically kittens doesn't like, as I said earlier, when people don't want her around. She wants to be able to walk in whenever she wants, even when people say that she's wrong and she's being a total bitch. Now, basically, what happened was Blue did not want to get in a call anymore. Basically, they would call every single day, and Kitten was being a needy little shit and was like, okay, but you said you were going to call, and she said, I can't. My neck is hurting because a long time ago, Blue was in a car accident and she's had neck problems ever since. So that's why she wanted to lay down instead of call. Now, Kitten was making a whole ruckus because of this, even though Blue literally has medical problems due to this. So how are you going to get angry because your girlfriend doesn't want to call anymore because of her health? Like, I would understand if she did this a lot, or if she didn't have any medical problems, but this is literally her body. Her body is literally aching because of a medical issue, and you are going to get angry because she doesn't want to call? Like, how does that make sense? She's basically using gaslighting as a way to get Blue to apologize. She does this all of the time. What she would do, like this, she'd basically say, oh, but you promised, you said you were going to do this. You're a bad person. What about me? How do you think I feel? Like, that would be okay in a certain circumstance, but this isn't that one of those times where it's just Blue is just being like a dick. No, she uses, like, basically, kittens would get mad if somebody called her an asshole. Like, okay, if somebody called me an asshole, I'd say something back. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, that's rude, you're being mean. Like, okay, you called me an asshole, man. So what? So, the next thing is about their breakups. The first time they broke up is when me and Pink and an admin in Blue's server encouraged her to leave her because she was afraid to leave her and afraid that kittens would expose, quote-unquote, her. Now, she eventually did, but not directly. So, Kitten would basically make these fake vents about Blue, basically turning everything around onto Blue. Now, how do I know this? Somebody, I will censor out their name and everything, came to me when I was asking them about something for a Blue server, which is her and Yaz's server. Basically, I was asking for like a problem because somebody was accused of being an art thief, and I was trying to gather evidence. But what happened was she basically told me how Kitten has become more and more toxic, and how she would make up vents, and then when somebody is trying to help her, she just continued to vent instead of like actually listening to the help and venting through that. Now, there are two different ways that this could be. I personally have trust issues, so I can see where she'd be coming from if it wasn't worded this way. So, me, as somebody with trust issues, I'd only vent about certain things I'm comfortable with, or vent about things that, would be hard to debunk due to me not usually wanting help. I just want somebody to be there to say, hey, I saw this, I hope you're okay. That's usually what I want. She, however, would beg for help and then reject it. So that doesn't make sense unless it's in a certain context. Now that I'm done with that, basically the exposing thing, what happened was after Blue and Kitten broke up, Blue basically said, I wanted to break up, and blocked her. She's done this on multiple occasions, and Kitten would always go on an alt or Instagram or YouTube and message her, please message me, unblock me, I want to talk. Like, she thinks that breaking up is a consensual thing. You have to consent to be left. No, that's not how it works. If somebody broke up with you, you can't force them to stay. It's a human right for them to be able to leave the relationship. Now, after they broke up, Blue and Pink got together. Kitten framed this as cheating, even though Blue, right there, like, straight up said, I want to break up. You have no say in the matter, and blocked her. So they got together. And then, they broke up a short while later, but what happened was Kitten let her friend quote-unquote, let her make a video. Now, she may say, oh, I didn't tell her to. She didn't tell me. That doesn't matter. If somebody broke up with you, you don't make this a public matter. And people in the comments were harassing Blue and saying, oh, you don't need to hear the cheater. You don't need to hear the cheater's side because it doesn't matter. Yes, it does, because you don't know if she's lying or not. You have to actually hear people out. It doesn't matter if they are the person being accused. This is why in countries other than America, I don't know if this is in other countries, but basically it's innocent until proven guilty. But to their minds, it's guilty until proven innocent, but want you to be proven innocent, so they are not allowing this. It's actually the same context to when Kitten basically made a petition to, I don't practically remember what it was, but what happened was one of Pink's friends made a petition to, quote-unquote, kill Kitten, and they framed this on Pink, even though everybody, including the person who made it, said it was them, but no, she wanted everybody to believe it was Pink so she can send people to attack her, and she made a petition herself to basically get on Pink's ass, which was a whole ordeal. Like, Pink has done a lot of fucked up shit. I personally dislike her, but this shit right here, if somebody's in the wrong, I am going to say it. Even if I don't like a certain person, I will say when they are wrong or when they are right. Like, the double standard for Kitten is so high that I can't handle it. Now, every single time Blue has broken up with her, she would try and get back with her, even if Blue said, hey, I'm with someone else already, or hey, I have a crush on somebody, which is another thing. Kitten wouldn't basically allow Blue to have friends. What would happen would be like, oh, you like them, you can't be friends with them, which is what happened with Pink and two of her other friends. She had a crush on somebody, and basically what happened was Kitten would use the, oh, I'm just afraid you're gonna cheat on me again, even though she never cheated. So she'd use that and try to gaslight her with that, and try and yell at her, basically saying, bro, you cheated on me. I'm just afraid that you are going to cheat on me again. When, in fact, clearly she did not. if she said we're breaking up, I'm leaving you, and blocked her. They were obviously not together after that, and then you allow your friend to make this video and then make this shitty Instagram post that's obviously passive aggressive and basically saying, oh, if somebody has lower numbers than you in subs, they are your inferiors. That is bullshit. I treat everybody the same. If they're higher than me or lower than me, I don't care. If they are talking shit or if they're acting stupid, I will call them out. Literally, like, if you were in my server, you would know this. A lot of people get angry when they get called out for being, like, a dick. And then they leave. And I really don't mind, because you were being a dick. Like, numbers don't matter in this. Blue isn't making this stuff public. You guys are. It's really baffling. Like, why are you doing this? Now, time for the little things before I get into, well, what happened recently. So, basically, Kitten had yelled at somebody in Blue's server for calling themselves retarded, saying it was offensive to disabled people. Now, you have no right to say this because, one, the person has autism. They are allowed to say that word. And in the context, it wasn't even offensive. You see, the definition of retarded has been changed to, like, the old definition was a derogatory term against people with physical and mental disabilities. And basically, it now refers to something stupid or incredibly dumb. So that's how I would use it. I personally do not use it against people. I usually refer to it against myself or a situation, which is how the person who was using it in that context, they basically called themselves retarded, and Kitten blew up against that. Now, let me tell you something. When you are trying to stick up for somebody in a certain community, whether it be the LGBTQ or the disabled community, you must think for a second, are you doing this in good faith? Now, this chick has recently been, like, canceled because basically she was yelling at Ricky Berwick, a person with a physical disability, saying, oh, you're cashing in on your disability. You're using it to allow people without disabilities to say retarded. And a YouTuber who reads out tweets and drama called Blowblacks basically worded it pretty good, saying, you are an able-minded person. You are not allowed to speak up for people with disabilities. And when people with disabilities are actually calling you wrong, you proceed to continue and try and make everybody think you're right when you are obviously in the wrong, when clearly people from that community are telling you you are in the wrong. You are not part of that community, and you have no right to tell them what they can be offended about and what they can't be offended about. Now, she was like, oh, you don't know anything about me. I have a disability. And we're like, okay, what is it? ADHD. ADHD is a mental disorder, not a disability. This is coming from somebody with ADD. In the past, I was diagnosed with ADHD, but it has now been slimmed to ADD. Now, ADHD and ADD are fairly similar, like almost similar, except without the hyperactiveness. Somebody with ADD, as somebody with ADD, I can confirm this is not a disability. Now, in some states, it is considered a disability, but it isn't. It rounds up to a mental disorder, and it's sickening how she could use this against somebody with an actual mental disability to tell them that they are using it in an offensive context. Now, if you could just say, hey, don't use that word around me, that's perfectly fine, but she didn't say that, no. She just went on a whole tangent. Like, I got a new therapist recently. I use the word retarded a lot to describe situations, and she asked me politely to not say that word around her. And I went with it. Like, okay, if you don't want a certain word used around you, just say it. Say, I don't want this word used around me, and go on your way. It's just like saying, don't use trigger words around me, please. It's literally like that. Like, I use the N-word a lot because I am black, and in servers, they have like a no slur rule. I will respect that, even though I am black, because guess what? They aren't comfortable with it. It's literally that simple. I'm not comfortable with this used around me. Please don't use it around me. You may use it, just not around me. It's that fucking simple. And the fact that her friend was like, oh, kid would never yell at somebody with autism. I have autism. That doesn't matter. You are the double standard, because if you did something wrong, she will be perfectly fine with it, because you're one of the people who will defend her for anything she does. And the fact that you just say, you base that off of the fact that you have it? No. If somebody will simp for her, and I say simp as like, doing anything for her and saying she can do no wrong, I'm saying that in the sense of that, not the sense of an insult. I'm saying that if you are one of her simps, she will not attack you because she knows that you will do anything for her. And that just sickens me. And the fact that whenever people block her, or whenever people won't be on her side or on the other side, she will get somebody to message them and send them something and be like, oh, and I have a message for you. Like, I am a trans male, which means I transitioned from female to male. Basically, she was like, oh, Mimi, tell Doritos this, that Blue in the car was saying transphobic things about you. I just wanted you to know that. Like, what? Okay, and? Like, and? Do I care? Did I ask? Who asked? Wait, hold up. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold on, I need to find who the fuck asked. Because who, in fact, asked? I didn't ask. Did you ask? Did I ask you? No one cares, in fact. She does that all the time to try and get people on her side, or for people to basically not be on the other person's side. It's annoying. Like, we don't care. That's not changing anything. Especially coming from you. Like, it doesn't fucking make sense. Another small thing is alts. Alternate accounts. So, as long as, like, the beginning when I said she came into my server to raid and yell at people because of that rule, what happened another time was she basically made an alt called Panda Edits, where she basically got on my and Pink's server to quote-unquote spy. Now, I knew it was her from the beginning. I even said it was, because the editing style was clearly exactly the same. She wasn't trying to hide it, and she literally said she was from the same state that she's always telling everybody. She's always saying, I'm from Alabama. She even used that. It's really stupid. Like, you're not even trying to hide it. Like, what's wrong with you? Really? It's just proof that she can't handle when people don't want her around. Which brings me to my last point. When by the time this comes out, it's most likely going to be a couple of days ago, but basically, a while after Blue had blocked her and said, we're breaking up, she messaged her on Instagram saying, oh, I hate you, you're a bitch, and you ruined my life, I'm blocking you everywhere now. After a couple of days, even though Blue broke up with her and left her. Like, literally, she left Pink. Pink and her got together, but she broke up with Pink because Pink wanted to be neutral about it. She didn't want to be on anyone's side. She wanted to be friends with Blue again, and yet Kittens would not let her. Something that Pink said Blue was doing to her, when Blue did not do that at all. What happened was Pink basically assumed Blue didn't want her to be friends with Kitten, even though that Blue didn't care. Kitten did the exact opposite and was angry that she was being friends with Blue and wasn't on her side. It was absolutely chaotic. And the fact that she will literally go after people just because they aren't supporting her in every single way. like, my friends, I will support them, but if they're in the wrong, I will call them out. And they usually get angry about that, but hey, oh well. If you're a snowflake, oopsie fucking do. Alright? Now, I might have missed some things, but really, I don't really care anymore because Kittens will do anything just to get her way. She will attack anybody and manipulate people just so she can get her way. And that is absolutely wrong, which is why I'm making this video. Not for fame, not for anything, because for some reason people call me Gotcha Keemstar. But basically, to warn them about this chick and how she basically attacks people publicly and sends her fans after them. So, Kittens, I know you're watching this because I know you'll be stalking shit. I'd like you to make a formal apology, please. If you don't, I don't fucking care. It's not my problem. I just want to warn people about you. And you alone. And if you are going to send your fans to my channel to attack me, it's clear that everything I said was true. I was right. Hey, you nigga look like a mess. So basically, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna put this in, but I feel like I should anyways. So basically, Kitten, you can't hide behind the internet. I decided to record my face because basically, when you are hiding behind a screen, or when the person is hiding behind a screen, they feel less intimidating because you can't see them. But for me, I don't care, and I want to get my point across because if you know me in real life, you know I will kick some ass. And you know, online, I don't hold back shit. So I want to show you how annoyed I am. Like, I am trying to be calm with you. I'm trying to be stern. I feel like I'm talking to a little ass kid because of the way you act. Because of the way you try and flip things around and be like, oh, well, this, well, that. Like, when I was explaining to you why Pink and Blue did not want to be friends with you, I was trying to explain that to you, and you would not listen. Now, bro, if I'm trying to slowly explain something to you, you do not say, oh, explain it this way. I am trying to explain it in a way that I feel how you, if you're so, like, fucking in touch with feelings, how I feel. I'm trying to explain it to you how I feel. You are munching my brain right now. Like, my brain feels like a dick after a virgin bit it. Like, bro, if you can't feel or see how people feel when you do these things, like, you always talking about feelings, bitch, but you can't feel anybody else's feelings. You can't look into their perspective and be like, bro, I'm actually being a dick. I'm being a full ass dick, bro. I'm being a full ass dick, and you can't think that. You know, you only think about how things are going to affect you. You right there. You. Bro, how privileged can you be? How fucking privileged can one white chick be? Like, you anger me. You genuinely anger me. Like, people always think I'm angry, but usually I'm just mildly annoyed because I am a genuinely aggressive a person, but you genuinely anger me. You make me upset. You genuinely make me upset. I hate repeating myself, but I can't stop repeating myself. I really have to bust out with the black ass hand movements because you anger me a lot. I look like a mess. I look like a gay ass mess because you want to get into this shit. Like, bro, this wouldn't be my shit if you weren't fucking with one of my homies. But you fucking with my homie Blue, right? You fucking with her hard. Like, you don't know how much she's affected you. You're always saying, oh my God, you ruined my life. Oh my God, you affected me so much. Oh my God, I got depression. But bitch, you don't understand that other people have depression. Depression is very common on the internet, and which is why a lot of people say it. Lots of people may be faking by saying they're self-diagnosed. I've seen a therapist. I am diagnosed with mild depression. Well, moderate, but I won't use that as an example to see, like, not really an example. I'm just doing this off of my tongue, like all my videos, not scripted. Like, I'm trying to say that basically you don't care about other people's mental health. You only care about yours, yourself. And that's fine if you weren't hurting people. You were hurting a lot of people. Like, I left a lot of things out of this video because how many people you hurt would fuck my storage. It would fuck my storage hard. So, basically, I can't really explain things right when I am angry, but bro, you got me fucked up. You got me so fucked up, baby. And I cannot handle it. I genuinely can't. Because of how much you fuck people over. Alright? You fuck people over. Hard. Like you slapped your dick onto the fucking table and you said, bitch, I'm finna do you like you an apple pie on Thanksgiving. You really, really like to do it that way, don't ya? And you make me angry. I can't say that enough. You make me angry. You harm people in ways that I didn't even think could be possible. So, that's basically it. I wanted a face-to-face so you can feel how fucking angry I am right now. And that is basically it. See you all, for the translation.
Ooh, little kitten bad. Unsub, please.
Okay, later, douchebag.